Welcome back to the Adventure Capitalist. I'm your host, Brothgar, and today we got the encore episode. Last time we beat the game here on episode 125. And I said there was going to be one more episode, and that's going to be mainly how fast can we speedrun the Earth, because we got all this gold. I still got 2,538 gold to spend out, make it rain, and see how fast we could roll through the Earth. What I was going to do, I believe the most major accomplishment, technical accomplishment, for me in this entire series is at one point making an auto adventure. Now, if you look it up, there's somewhere in the series, I think it's like 60 episode or whatever, and I did an auto adventure macro. And that's what I'm going to be trying to recreate today, and I'm going to take you through the process, right? And last time I just kind of did it and showed you it, but we're going to roll through the process today of clicking buttons and try to make a program that's smart enough to speedrun us as fast as possible. Maybe we can answer that question, right? The other thing I want to point out is today is actually kind of a strange anomaly that's happening here on YouTube. It's been going pretty good here for a while now, but for some odd reason, I mean, this is what's going on, right? You have 125 episodes, this huge series that's been going on for over a year. You know, people watched it and kind of dropped off a little bit, and then the series ended. It was fun. A lot of people had a lot of fun. And then suddenly, I don't know what's happening. Like, suddenly YouTube decides to recommend this last video to a bunch of people. And look at this. We got like 24 viewers, 200 and some thousands of people watching in this. All of the... Everybody shows up to the party late, so I'm thinking this is like the encore episode, right? Making today the largest day on YouTube I've ever had, 125 subscribers and counting. What? All right, since everybody is going to be asking what is the program I'm using, it is JBit Macro Recorder. I've been using this thing for years now, and it's one of the most useful tools as far as making quick little macros and all that good stuff. I like it, I use it. And it's what I used the first time with the auto adventure. I've learned some new tricks, so I'm going to try to use some of those new tricks to play the game as fast as possible. First and foremost, what is it that we need to do? Obviously, we need to buy max to spend as much money as you can to boost up all your businesses. So you want to make sure that this is buy max, especially since we have so much money. Step one. That's probably it. We also want to make sure all of this over here is always bought up. So we can do that. We don't necessarily need to go to upgrades and get all that stuff if we don't have to. But let's go to the investors real quick and see how many we can get. We're going from sextillion to nonillion right there. We're going to claim those angels. Boom. We're at 66.228 nonillion. First thing I want to do is hit buy max. I'm going to buy that lemon. Boom. Buy it up. You get the idea. So there's a couple of sequences that I did right there, and that's what you want to do. You want to eyeball that stuff right off the bat. So you buy it, and then you hit buy on your business, and then you get some money. So now you go over here to the managers. That's like step 2, right? And then you get all the managers as fast as possible. Now there's a couple things I can't buy, right? These guys are still not available. I can overcome that just with more clicks, right? So at this point, the lemons are making a lot of money. If I go to the upgrades, I already got the quick buy, so I can just go over here to cash upgrades, hit quick buy. I'll get all of those and get the angel ones, quick buy as well, and I'm done with that. Boom. Real quick. Now at this point, there's a couple of indicators that I can do. I got all these different businesses that I can start running, and I got all this different stuff I can also click on too, because that's all going to be important. Now, do I have enough money to buy the rest of the managers? No, I don't. So I'm not going to even worry about it. If I look at the investors, I'm septillion, we'll go past nonillion in no time. Got the buy up there. Now I can click that. Okay. I think I'm in good shape. At this point, I just want to cycle through spending my money. So I'm upgrading all my businesses as fast as I can. And then you're going to want to buy that stuff right there. And at this point, right down here, investors, boom. We know that this is orange. It turned orange for just a second. And if you saw that, you're going to go over here and you're going to spend the money on your angels. So you get that sequence. It's a sequence we've been very familiar with because we played the game a lot of times. Step 1, buy max. So I want to make a loop. Let's see if I can make a loop. Okay. Buy max start. Whoops. There we go. Label. I'm labeling this stuff off. It's official. Okay, so if the image is found, what's the image? Buy max. That right there. I'm going to test to see if it is true. Position the mouse on it. Whoop. It's true. How about that? That's cool. Easy enough. right? It looks on the screen and looks for it. If it's there, boom, we're done. Okay, so if that image is found, then what? Okay, I'm gonna need another label. I'm just gonna work on labels. Like, this isn't programming 101. Don't take this as a class. We're gonna call this Bimax end. Okay, so if image is found, I wanna go to Bimax end. Yeah, okay. That seems legitimate, right? So, if it starts, if the image exists, then we're just gonna go to the end. Else. We need an else. We got an if statement. What if it's the other stuff? Well, that's so simple. Then I just wanna insert a mouse command that is going to base it on the screen, which will just be absolute. Press F2 to capture location. Boom. Click OK. So we're gonna click there. I'm gonna go ahead and insert a couple of delays. They tend to help. 50 milliseconds before, 50 milliseconds after, and then I'm gonna have another go to, but this one's gonna be different. This will go to start. So if it's there, we're just gonna go down here. Else, hopefully, we'll click on that, and then we'll go back to start, and then it'll check it again. And eventually, it will be that, so therefore, we'll end up down here. That's the thought process. You with me? Let me go ahead and unclick that. Set this down to normal speed, and hit play. Boom! It worked! Professional, right there, 101. Playback settings, let's make sure this is just 1. All right, we're learning stuff. This is legit, you know? It's good stuff. All right, so now that I have Bimax, what was the first thing we did? Let's claim some angels real quick. First thing we did after that is we click on the lemon. Okay, so I'm gonna insert the command, which is click on the coordinates, which is right here. Simple enough. And that's gonna be at the end. Okay, so now we're gonna buy maximum on lemons. So just to run this real quick to see what happens, hit play, click, 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 buy max, boom! Professional. How about that? Holy, there's 133 comments on the last video. Okay, I'll read a few, just to like spice it in there. All right, so the second thing that I need to do, this is really simple. You get the theme now, right? F2, we're gonna do that right over there. Boom. And we're gonna do this. So there we go. So now, hang on, since it's buy max, it shouldn't click that. It should click the lemon first and then click the buy maximum right next to it. Boom! What'd I say? So far, pretty simple. Next step. It's so simple, all right? Managers, we're gonna click over there. We click the managers show up. This is like how to cheat, by the way, 101. Like how to script 101. You can call it cheating if you want, but I already beat the game. I did it legit. This is a useful skill though. Like, you apply this at work, it's gonna be good stuff. I mean, wouldn't you like to cheat at work and get paid? You could take that in a couple different ways, couldn't you? Let's think about it. So here, there's a couple different ways I can do this. Let's be sophisticated about it. I'm gonna look for the blue higher button, because I know that there's some down here that aren't there. Like, the easy way to do this would just be to click in one location a bunch of times, which is probably, no, let's do a loop, right? Let's do another loop. I'm gonna position the mouse on the image if it is found, so therefore it'll be over there, true, sweet. So if the image is found, this time we're going to then click it. So I want a click command, but this time I'm gonna ignore the above coordinates and execute at the current position. This is sometimes shifty, it may or may not work. So we've just positioned the mouse by finding it on the screen, which means it'll probably show up on any of these, and then I'll try to click it. All right, everybody ready? Let's run it, let's see how it works. Buy the lemons. It stopped. Oh no! Aha! All right, so I made some changes. I figured out what was going on. For some odd reason, it wasn't finding this. You know, so I increased its tolerance and where it looks a little bit. So if I run it now, it should work. I also ended the if statement, so I make sure I wasn't actually in an if statement that I wasn't trying to be in. So let's just run this from the beginning to 1 and see where I have come. Yes, yes, beautiful. Managers, buy it. There we go. Yeah, good job, game. It's a little bit slow, but it's working. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. And then it should end. Okay. Time for some comments. Well done, Brothgar, says the homeless demo. Yes, thank you so much. Well done indeed, Robert A. Thank you guys so much there. Tyson Sellers, thank you guys so much. Galaxy, the universe is way bigger than a galaxy. Yeah, okay, it is. But if you don't know how big it is, can you actually know that it's bigger? I don't know. After you get 5,000 gold, it takes like 30 to 60 minutes to complete the Earth again. How fast do you think my computer can do it? We're gonna find out. Please reply. Rocco Taco, what's up, man? Yo, that just happened. Oh, and I'm even gonna put a little emoji face in there. Grinning. Look at that. Look at that pro YouTube comment stuff going on over there. All right, back to focusing. Gotta focus. We get the upgrades, we buy the angels, and we do the quick buy. So I'm gonna call this Cash and Emigir Angel buy start. So we're gonna label that sucker right there. And we're gonna then insert another label, which is end. Boom. Okay, so then all should work out pretty quick. So we buy all the maximum, you get your managers. Okay, we get out of there. Well, like crap, what just happened? Okay, maybe that didn't work as you gotta slow it down a little bit, Brothgar. Slow it down. Made some corrections, hopefully this works. Ah, yes, yes, managers, go away. Go away. Upgrades, buy it. No. Crap. Alright, let's try this. Left button down, left button up. Left button down, left button up. It's gonna be really annoying if I have to do this for like every single click. But I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it for the video. Alright, come on now. You know you wanna work. Click. What the? He didn't do jack. You're supposed to at least click this. Oh, I guess he did. Whatever. All right. So I'm gonna make an assumption that that is actually working. And I'm then going to start a new cycle, which is gonna be buying all the businesses, or run all business. The reason I'm labeling all of these is because I'm probably gonna loop back to them at some point. Run all business start, label. Run all business end. All right, so now I'm actually gonna try to record this one. Record mouse clicks only. Recommended. Sorry, I'm like half thinking through this while I'm trying to make a video. My brain's like, my wires are getting crossed here. This is kind of tough. Record special, record at the cursor. Bye. Hopefully it's getting in the delays for my mouse too. Anything I didn't buy? There you go. Buy all businesses. Left button down, left button up. Sweet, that's what I want to see. And now I'm going to run all businesses. So record at cursor. Run. Hopefully I'm not like messing something up. All right, so that should work. Famous last words. So at this point, I've pretty much run the whole cycle. So let's just see what happens here. If it works. So far my upgrades need to actually be on. I should probably have cash upgrade be the first thing you click. All right, here's the test. Let's see if it works. Yeah, there we go. Maximum. We touch managers. Somehow we click on something. Oh yeah, that's right. We do something over there. That goes away. Quick buy on that. Quick buy on that. Oh, we're buying stuff. It got a little weird. Did I miss anything? I think I missed a couple of those. All right, cool. I think it's a little rocky, but it's something I can work with. So I got the investors now. Let me go ahead and just claim those angels real quick. This is gonna be the full start from the beginning. Buy max. We're gonna get these managers, come on. Oh yeah, there it goes. Man, this manager stuff is a little slow. I know, and it was all complicated. I went through all that effort and then it missed half of them. Well, okay, so maybe that didn't really work out as well as I thought it was going to. Did I buy all of this? Yes, okay, sweet. Bought all of those. Are they all running? Yes, but there's no managers to keep them going. All right, so what did I learn? The manager cycle thing sucks. So I'm gonna can that. Okay, that ought to work. We just click a bunch. That's my solution. Don't judge me. You can if you want, actually. You're in Silk. I watched one of your first episodes on the series. It was in my suggestion box. Didn't know why at the time. Decided to give it a try. Now, 600 days later, YouTube decided to let me know that you are the richest entrepreneur in the universe. Congrats, Brothgar. Thank you so much. I didn't make it any further than 100 chocolate bar thingies. That's pretty awesome. Awesome series. I wonder if you're still here. Let me know. You're the best. Thanks so much, Jay, Don, Teal, and George as well. Thank you. If you keep going, you can achieve infinite money. It takes a long time, but it is possible. That sounds pretty interesting. All right, so I think I got a mildly working prototype of the program thus far. Now I'm at the point where I want to look at the screen. Maybe I just have a delay, right? I've got everything running. I want to see if the investors has that orange look to it. If this is orange over here, in that spot, then I know I can come over here and I can claim my angels. That's the key. We used this before. Same trick as before. But I think there's some other loops I can put in. Like, is buy up here? Is that there? If so, I want to be able to buy that up. Okay, we're gonna look for the cash upgrade starts. So if pixel is, so find pixel by color. No, if pixel color equals, so then I'll just do this right over here, capture it, and just do that. So if that is orange, then at that point, yeah, there we go. Ha, did you hear that? That little bit of code worked. Nice. So all that was is the cash upgrade start. So by that, it was just seeing if that was orange. If it was orange, it would click there. And then otherwise it then went to the end, right? So now I'm gonna add, a 1000 millisecond delay. At this point, I'm at the end. So now I want to check to see if investors is orange. If it is, then we're going to go ahead and jump to the recycling of whatever. You know what I mean? I'm going to get the investors. Like, my brain is not connecting tonight. So if the pixel color is orange, so we want to capture that over here. Because there's sometimes that display that kind of comes up, the little pop-up, it's in the way. That's why I have that delay. So if that is there, then I'm then going to go to investors. Ready? Here we go. We're gonna buy everything, get those managers, come on. I gotta get rid of that delay, and we gotta speed this up a little bit. Come on, give me all those managers. Nice. Okay, upgrades, sweet. You need to buy all the businesses. Don't mess it up. Okay, I gotta make some adjustments there because that's why I was misclicking. Because that click zone changes when that happens. Now everything's running. We're getting all the upgrades. Is it orange? It is orange. And what's it gonna tell me? Investors! Woo! How about that? It worked. Okay, so what I want to do here, I'm gonna make some modifications. This is successful. I like that. So my last thing is a go-to, which is buy max start. So there we have it, an infinite loop. Let's see if the AdVenture 2 is fully automatic. Buy max start. Get our managers. Come on. Yeah! Of course, we knew this was gonna work. We've seen it work several times by now. Close this up. Get those upgrades. Yes, get the angel upgrades. Nice. Here goes all the different businesses. Look at that, they're in the right spot too. Okay. Everything's running. Yes, get all those nice upgrades. Holy cow. And then the investors down there, we click it, we claim it, and we're going again! It's a runaway! The game is now playing itself. That is absolutely awesome. The Auto Adventure 2, it lives! Oh, this is pretty sweet. I could watch this for a while. Of course, now I gotta take away all of its kind of human clicks. Like this one right there, that works because it's just so fast. You know, that's computer fast. The rest of this you can tell is kind of human speed. Okay, we gotta stop it. I gotta stop it. It's me. I'm running this thing. You're along with the journey, okay? I've been doing this forever. Oh, my brain's like not even making sense tonight. I'm sorry. Long work day. Long work day. It's been stressful lately, but whatever. Let me talk about a couple of things. Let's diverge a little bit. We'll go through some comments. Let me talk about some other games that I've been playing. All right, so the two games that I'm actually playing a little bit here on mobile that are pretty similar to Adventure Capitalist, just because I just want to see what else is out there. I've gotten into Tap Titans 2 a little bit right here. I played the original Tap Titans a bit, and this game seems pretty interesting. Like, I would actually show you my progress. Like, I've got it on my phone, but getting my phone to the screen in any manageable amount of time has been kind of a pain in the butt. But there is legitimately Tap Titans 2. It will show up. See, there it is. It's loading up. And that's been pretty interesting. I would say the game that's a little bit more interesting to me, though, is Endless Frontier. It's kind of like Crusaders of the Lost Idols, but a little bit different. It's got some more PvP-ish stuff that isn't really PvP-ish, but I don't know. I'm kind of hooked on it a little bit, and I've been having some fun with that too. So let me know what you think about those two games. Maybe I might make a video on them at some point. We'll just have to see. I know you've more or less recommended many games a lot like Endless Frontier, and I think you have recommended Tap Titans the original as well. I'm a 50th Caribbean. I don't know what you mean, but thanks for commenting. You're that person. Thomas, well done, plus I'm pretty high on money. Oh, high on money. Oh, high on money up in here. Volker says, congrats! Try not to reset the game for Infinite Angels. It'll screw up a bit. I lost my mega ticket upgrades and on the businesses. Oh, that stinks. Well, I don't think at this point I'm at any sort of problem. You know, I don't think I'll play the game that much longer. I've, at this point, made a program that plays it for me. Okay, so buy manager start. Let's go ahead and optimize this a little bit. Let's just see where we can get this down to. All right, optimization test. There we go, managers. Ooh, yeah, now we're going a little bit faster. That's what I like to see. Get those upgrades. Good deal. Okay, I can now optimize all the buying of the businesses. That's like the next obvious thing to do, because everything else here is working pretty quick. Aha! Gosh, that is so insanely annoying. All right, everything's working good. Okay, stop. Hold on. Hold your horses here. Auto Adventure 2. Yeah. Okay. Quick buying. Okay, yeah, now. Ooh, this is better. Haha. Okay, now it's moving real quick. Boom. That's pretty quick. And then we reset. Look at this go. And this has no time. No time for breaks. Quick buy it, quick buy it. Hey, you know, that might be able to go a little bit faster there. If I don't stop it, this game's gonna complete itself here pretty soon. All right. Let's slow it down. A couple of things we might wanna make go faster, right? If cash upgrade. Okay, now that is pretty quick right there. Do I wanna sneak in another because we're gonna get to a point here real quick where that buy button, it's just gonna, there's a million upgrades that you have to go through, and it's just gonna sit there forever. I almost feel like I should add an if statement, so if the investors show up, then I should then, you know, skip that. So I should run a check. Maybe this will work. Okay, there we go. We buy all the businesses. And right now it's working, it's working. What happens when the investor shows up? It's gonna go orange here pretty soon. Come on, you know you want to. There it is. Ha! And it stops and resets. Woo! But then it actually stopped. What's up? Why'd you stop? Uh-oh. Something happened. And away it goes! And it's reset again. And off we go. Alright, so there we go. The auto adventure is flying now. It is just, it's on autopilot. I think at that point I've got a legitimate sort of cycle. And it's been pretty optimized as far as how fast it can click stuff. This over here though, it's about as annoying as it could possibly be. Oh man! But then the investors show up and you just fly through it a little bit even faster. So there's a chance that I could just quick buy instead of doing like the buy on that stuff. I could just kind of go back to the quick buy thing and then skip a lot of this right here, which I think I'm gonna do because I just can't live like this. This is terrible. Novo Mendes Sicilian. All right. Let's pretty this up a little bit. Let's see here. Let's see if I can actually tighten that up a little bit. The upgrades. Maybe that'll make it easier. We'll do 30 millisecond click. That's pretty quick. This is only gonna be 15 milliseconds. So it's hopefully gonna cruise through those really fast. I don't think you can click much faster than 30 milliseconds in this game. We'll see. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at it go. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Hey, now it isn't annoying. Sweet! And you saw that we got to the end of the upgrades right there before it actually went and reset. So that was actually better. I was gonna go back to the upgrades thing, but then I couldn't actively check that. And then you get all those pop-ups and stuff like that you don't necessarily get. So then it's just gonna sit here and click through that as fast as possible, which is the real goal of this, right? To just sit here and run the game as absolutely as fast as you can, or as fast as the computer is gonna let us. All right, so it's a resetting machine. You deserve more subs. Thank you, Dennis. Today was a good day, by the way. Now that you beat the game, like me, it's time for Realm Grinder. Oh, what is Realm Grinder? I feel like this one's been recommended before. Yep, it's on my favorites. I feel like there's so many games like Realm Grinder. Timeless Geometry Dash. It has been done. It is finished. Alright, so now all I gotta do, only step left, is to optimize this a little bit more. Buy managers start. Okay. The first pause, and we click that, and then it opens. At this point, we're buying all the managers from here down to the end. So, right here. I'm going to edit all of these. See if I can do this in 30 millisecond clicks. Ooh, this would be pretty good if I could do that. And we're gonna try to take the other stuff in here that was a little bit longer. We're gonna make that 150. Buy all businesses start. We're just gonna fly through that. Bulk edit delays, 30 milliseconds. Buy all, run all businesses start to finish. Guess what I'm gonna do? 30 milliseconds. I know you heard that one coming. All right, let's go. Managers! Quick buy! Woo! Hey, that moved a little bit faster, didn't it? Now we're just waiting for the investors to come in. You can show up sometime today. Come on. Boom! This is about as fast as you can run the game. Yes! Alright, I have officially not only beaten the game, what do you call this? I dominated the game. This is not only how you make money, this is how you continue to make more money than infinite money in the universe. You just play the game as fast as absolutely possible. There you have it. This is Adventure Capitalist as fast as possible. So long as you're not cheating, this is as quick as you can go. Like, or is it? There's still some stuff I haven't done, because I still got 2,500 gold that could happen here. Okay, this is making me happy. I love it. Let's go to the shop and spend the multipliers. We got Earth flux capacitors. We got the Earth multipliers, 645. There is no other planets that have been released, so I'm not gonna worry about those. Events, meh. Let's spend that money. Let's boost this up. 80 gold, ain't no problem for me. 501 multiplier. Ooh, yeah, we can get 2 of those, which I'm gonna do. Boom! Take that, Earth. We're now up to 1,146. What else am I gonna do? More multiplier. And there it is, 1,647 Earth multiplier. On top of a 777.77x multiplier for the mega bucks. And we got the Earth flux capacitors. Spend it all. Spend all that money. That's what I'm talking about. Now this is as fast as Adventure Capitalist will go. You ready, ladies and gentlemen? It doesn't get any faster than this. Boom! I love this. This is great. Claim those angels. Make it happen. Get all those managers. Where was this all the times that I was running this game? Why didn't I do this from the beginning? This would have been so easy. But I guess then we wouldn't have 125 episodes, would we? No hands. Nothing. Hey, this is a big step up from the last Auto Adventure. Now don't get me wrong, the last Auto Adventure actually ran all the different planets. And this one doesn't run all the different planets. Not like I think it would be that hard. You saw the logic behind it. That was basically a tutorial on how to script this game. This is awesome. Okay, I could watch this for a while. Okay, let me go back over here to the comments, which is off the screen. TV Gaming, whoa, 5,000 gold, bro. Nice. Gavin Hammond, I am sad that Earth is over. I loved this series. Thanks so much. I'm glad you enjoyed this series. How about this one? The Encore episode. Where we're blowing through this stuff. I don't even... Jeez. This is unreal. Jackie Pillar says, hi friend, I love your videos. I was wondering if you'd give my channel a shout out. Well, there you have it. Jackie Plier, man. Jackie Plier. Sounds pretty familiar too. All right, I gotta slow this down. I gotta get back over to these comments. I went through the rest of them. These guys right here. Boom. Oh, number of pages to show on show more. Oh, that, no. Show me more comments. Dun dun dun. Me back play Turret Architect. Maybe. I thought about doing a series that's just all about different clicking and sort of idle RPGs or whatever those. Come up with some sort of series name about that. I don't know. I don't know if that would catch on. People seem to like flock around the same idea of the same game. You know, just because Crusaders of the Lost Idol was a similar game, not many people watched it. That's kind of my reasoning. I don't know. All right, I guess I'll have to go to newest comments. I'll start flying through a couple of these. Meanwhile, let's let this run. Boom. There we go. John Martin says, I have beaten Mars. Congratulations, man. I just found your channel and I love your content. Keep it up, says Outcast Outdoors. Thank you so much, man. Piano player, walkthroughs, and more. I'm new to this channel and I like it. Subscribe. Thank you so much for joining, man. Just 12 hours ago. Franco says, oh cool, a channel I can watch. You seem like a pretty chill guy, so I'll subscribe. Thank you guys so much for subscribing with the Rhett and Link tag. Awesome channel, by the way. I love Rhett and Link. I mean, those guys are like YouTube gold, man. Quality content, clean content. I love it. Good mythical morning. Can't support that enough. Ricardo Lopez, love the series. Glad you're enjoying it. Minimalist. How many hours did it take you to fully complete? You're guessing around 3K. I had about 600 and some on record, but I had several days where I left the game just running in the background because I was on an event. And I didn't want the event to end. So, that's what that was. What's going on here? We're not progressing. Where's my investors, man? The game is cycling, but it's not buying anymore. It is getting the upgrades as they're popping up, but I could be upgrading my businesses. Oh no, I think I found a hole in the program. Doodle Gaming says GG. Yeah, this might be GG right there. Here I thought this game was going to be continuing endlessly without any intervention from this point on. Nope. I've got a problem. See, at this point, what I want to be able to do is go back to this, right? This is where I want to go. I don't want to be stuck in this loop, and that's where I am. I'm stuck in the loop that is the upgrades, right? So it never gets down here, never gets down to go to run all business start. And why not? Oh no, never mind. I got it. I just had the wrong label. So it was actually trying to run those businesses, but since it's running so fast, you can't see it. Now here's the problem. I keep upgrading that stuff. There we go. Haha! See, the code was right, just not right. It was just the wrong word. My dyslexia got me again, which is probably why I'm not a very good coder. I'm like, that word, in my brain it was right, but it certainly wasn't the right one. Yeah, see, this stuff pops up here. Okay, so that's where I gotta make an adjustment. Because if I gotta look for that orange has gotta be, I guess it isn't a big deal, but, you know, you could look at the very top of that orange thing there. See how that sign kind of shows up, but it doesn't show up everything? There's a couple of pixels available above it. That's where I could look. Because right now it could say, oh, I'm gonna go to the investors and reset, rather than look where it is looking now. That makes sense? There we go. Got all the managers that time. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa! You gotta be careful. Sometimes. How did we end up over here? All I did is buy more managers. You have those moments sometimes when you have like a automated program where suddenly it tries to steal your lunch money. And that's what happened here. So yeah, once I finish this, yeah, there we go. Quick buy that. Okay, fixed whatever happened there. It was just trying to move too fast. Too fast. So there you have it. This is now completely automatic. The auto adventure. All right, we got Steam Train Lover over there. It says, if only he can keep going till maxed out the money. I guess I could technically keep going till I max out the money. I could also just keep going till I finish the game again. Over and over and over again. Alexander says, I've played this game for free on the PS4, got 95%, as I realized that there is a bug when I set the game on background to re-enter it. Sadly but true. My amount of money was infinite when Angel Reclaim display was 0. Buggy, infinite? Actually, that happens to like everybody else, I think. Or something. It gets buggy once you get up to infinite money. ASDF says, dude, didn't you know you could just change the time to cheat? Who needs to cheat when you can just let the game run itself? I mean, this is about as legitimate as it gets, right? I gotta do a live stream of this. It'll just be like me with just hands, right? The joke, been playing from the dead. That's probably gonna happen. Great, you finished on 535/25. And then there's read more, which I can't click on. ZZ says, you're cute, and keep up your videos. That makes more videos. That means make more videos. And then there's more stuff. Let me get over to these comments. Read more. 2 original numbers, 100 plus 25. A great ending and a new beginning. This is like mathception going on here. If you added up all the numbers, it would be that. That's insane. Hi, by the way, Adam, what's up? Supermax of Scrap Metal Heroes. I did play Mech Warrior back in the day. Legit. That was my very first online game ever. I think it was Mech Warrior 3. Fun game. I enjoyed it. Played the originals as well, 1 and 2. There's been several of them. There's actually Mech Warrior Online, but it didn't catch me the way it did back then. Super Mechs. Oh man, those sound effects are legit. Build a mighty mech. Mechs. How do you guys even find out about these games? Alright, yeah. Yeah, you're gonna get wrecked. Boom in the face. That's right. You run. Boom. Yeah, man. This is legit. Feel that wub bass going. Ooh, just got more legit. Laser beams. Hard-coded. You about to get wrecked. Stomp. Hey, this is pretty fun. I actually kind of like this. I don't know if I can make a series out of it, but I kind of like it. Oh wait, that's the scrap metal sound. No? Yeah, it is. I got more than one audio going on here. Message, words, make stuff. Uh-oh. Rockets. All right, so it's like a tower defense game. All right, well, thanks for the recommended games there, Ethan. All right, I'm gonna read to the end here, and then that's gonna be it. Caitlin Pepper, how did you get so far? Well, I've been playing the game for a long time. But you do have to go over through a couple of humps as far as being able to make some serious progress. What's up, Daniel? How are you? Maybe check a game, Dwarf Corp? Oh, you know, I think I've heard of that. Okay, I haven't heard of it at all. My Adventure Capitalist keeps crashing on the load screen. That stinks. I've seen a lot of people having problems with like iPads and stuff like that. Woohoo, says Nathan, thanks so much. Cousin to, Trothgar? No, never heard of Trothgar. You know, I'm actually playing another game, Elder Scrolls Online, and there is a Hrothgar area, and everybody thinks like I've named myself after like Elder Scrolls or something like that. But no, I was Brothgar like 10 years ago. I'm the original. Maybe, hopefully. Thanks for subscribing, by the way, Nobin Hood. All right, well, there you have it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and following this series and supporting the channel as much as you have. Hopefully, you guys have continued to enjoy all this, and if I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. I'll see you again next time, guys. Maybe trying out some different games, seeing what all works out, and also continuing to do some of that Planet Coaster stuff. I mean, look at this game. Look at it go. Auto Adventure. It's the game that makes money. We made all the money in the world, and now we can make all the money in every world ever, endlessly, with zero effort. I like it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.